Okay, so here's just a continuation on of what we were explaining before. So previously we showed how you would go about creating the warp hyperbolic paraboloid, but now what I will actually try and find is to actually find a plane director, and so how we would do that is we have to find a view of the structure that will actually show the generatrix as parallel. So so what we do, so as you can see here, I have all the parts different labeled, and I'm going to talk you through now how we actually go about creating the vertical trace here, the horizontal trace, and as you can see, this here is the edge. This here is the edge view of the directrix. So I wanted to wait to mark that in just so you're very clear of where the actual edge view of the directrix is. So that's that right there. Okay. So I'll actually talk you through now. So the steps of how we actually did this. So to actually create the warp surface, we did that in the previous example. You can go back and look at that if you're unsure of any elements. So I'm going to talk you through now how we actually did this. So firstly what we had to do was we had to draw a level line from C and from D and draw a line parallel to AB to intersect at X. Okay, you can see that there on the diagram, okay? So as you can see, comes across from C there, and a line parallel to AB. So there is A, there is B. You can see that there then, that's the parallel line. I have that marked with just two little dashes. So you project X down to plan then, and then in plan you draw a line from D parallel to AB in plan to intersect at X in plan, okay? So as you can see here, there's X in elevation, you can see there, and then there is the X in plan, okay? As you can see the way they come down there. So to join C to X and view in this direction, what we have to do is project a view of the structure showing all elements as parallel, okay? So that's what we did, as you can see here, by the different lines that we have in. So how this was done was, I showed you before, was dividing up the lines, as you can see here, and you create how the divisions, and in this case what we did was we divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divisions. Okay, so there it is, as you can see. So and just for next step then, so the plane director, it can be drawn in the auxiliary view, okay? So it's seen as actually like an edge view, and it'll be parallel to generatrixes, okay? So as you can see, that's what we would go about doing to find these, okay? So what we have to do is the plane director is actually containing the element CD, okay? So what we have to do is to extend the edge view of the plane director to hit the XY, Y1 line. As you can see, that's the X1, Y1 line there, okay? So that's how we go about doing that, okay? So the vertical trace is found by actually using a point on that plane director. So as you can see, as an example, you can either use point C or point D, which is what, as you can see, there is point C and there is point D. So what we have to do then, so we have the point D in plan and elevation. So then we have to find actually the horizontal trace, and we require the vertical trace. So what we have to do is, I'm just going to do a quick sketch here, just on the side of this here, how we actually would go about creating that. So I'm just going to move this over a little bit here. I'm just going to have this as a quick little thumbnail sketch on the side here. So imagine there's your XY, okay? So then there's your D. Okay, and there's the point D again. So as you can see, that's in the elevation, and this is in the plan. Let's just look at that, make sure you see where we're getting that, okay? So if we're given the horizontal trace, okay, we'll say that goes up here like this, like that, we join these points up there, D to D, okay? So what we do, to find the vertical trace, then the vertical trace we know is going to be up here. So this is the horizontal trace there. So we have to do then, you draw a line back parallel to the horizontal trace, as you can see there. We draw a line straight up and across from D, and where they intersect is where the vertical trace is going to go through. So we're going to draw our vertical trace up there like that. So that's how we go about finding your vertical trace, okay? So you have to project D in plan to the XY line, and then that's parallel to the horizontal trace to give you point 0, okay? Right, so there we go. Now, I'm just talking through this very slowly, so just pause it at any time if you want and you're unsure, and just go back and look through the solution, okay? So what you do then is project vertically, and from D in elevation project horizontally to give you point P, okay? So there is point P there, just in case anyone is unsure, okay? And point P is on the vertical trace. So that's just how you would go about creating that solution there. And okay.